Okay. Let me just quickly have a look. Case. Yeah, okay. So in about a moment, we'll be ready to stream. I'm just gonna try to get Revan on. And just give me a moment, guys, because, well, this is going to be a pain in the ass. But anyways, welcome back to the holodeck with the rebranding now called the HoloNet. The reason that I'm changing it is because it sounds a little better. And I can create a bit more of a, how do I put this? It just sounds better to me. Holodeck, when I search it up, every time it's just Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek. Like, of course I would like to have holodeck as a completely separate thing, but I don't think I have the luxury of that. So for now, HoloNet just sounds a bit better and a bit more Star Wars based. So this is just a disclaimer, but before we begin, obviously. So before I get Revan on and the stream begins, I'd just like to say thank you to those who've been sticking with me for a bit. I know I haven't been on in 3 months, and that's only because I've had university, and I'm right back in it. So I thought I'd get this up, explain what's going on, give my hot takes, and well, just yeah, overall, just be happy. So I know it says streaming soon, and I know I'm already talking, but I need to get people on board. So please be patient. It won't take long, and I will begin the stream soon. So keep waiting, guys. Alright, everyone, welcome back to the holodeck, as I stated at the start of the stream.
Everyone,
oh, there's an echo. There's an echo, shit. So obviously, as I explained before, I'm rebranding it to the holonet because it just sounds a bit better and it sounds more Star Warsy instead of the holodeck, which sounds like Star Trek, but yes, I have Lord Darth Revan 9 with me today. Say hello.
What up, everybody? You know this is not my live stream, my live stream, but welcome back to his stream. I don't know how to do this shit properly. I apologize.
Yeah, because you don't have any computer equipment yet, do you?
I'm on a computer right now. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm a bitch then. Look at my ass not paying attention. So
you think how I'm able to do my Twitch streams properly? Wait, there's my chat out there. What are you talking about?
So I'd just like to welcome everyone back to what has been a MIA of 3 months because I was at uni and I'm back in it, but I'm just gonna do the stream to catch up. So today we're gonna be going over, obviously, as the stream title says, we're putting Lucasfilm on trial for the recent controversy. We'll be talking about the Lego Star Wars game as of recent because I've been playing it and it's been fun. And also we'll be going over the Kenobi series, which is why I brought Revan on board.
Good question. Are you actually going to allow me to see what's actually been said, or are you already see?
Yeah.
The background here.
So, okay, I'll put up my screen.
I need to see what's been said. Oh, been disconnected. Okay. Okay. What was actually been said? Okay, let's see if I can full screen here.
Do you need the bottle?
Okay, can you still hear me?
Beer? No?
Oh, yeah, I still need it, just not now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You all see it. Cool.
So yeah, can you see my screen? It's fine.
Yeah, I can see the full screen right now. Let's see here. The official home of Star Wars on Twitter. Okay. Okay, what was her tweet?
So yeah, before we begin, just gotta mention this because again, and I have been away for a bit, so please subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Your feedback means a lot to help us. Go check out Lord Darth Revan 9's channel. He'll be putting up more videos as time passes. Time passes, fuck me.
I think I put more videos on my channel than you do at this point.
Because Lego videos take so bloody long to do, and I realize I've been doing it incorrectly the entire time. So
how? It's Legos.
Well, I realized at that point I should be doing it like Mandar Productions, like how he edits his videos. So I'm just like,
so make it look like a stock motion.
Oh yeah, for me I was like, if I did that would be so much more simpler.
Alright. If you show me the tweet, I can see if she's actually if she's trying to say facts or if it's just saying her.
Okay, so
here it is. She open-minded to freedom of speech, which freedom of speech is also inclines with the freedom to speak, belief, opinion, and ideals.
So before we begin, just for a little bit of context, the actor that portrays Reva, the third sister, which I feel like it should have been, in my opinion, it should have been the third brother, but they might be sexist, I don't know.
Well, when it comes to closures, you have your third brother, you have your sisters, and you have your brothers. You got the first brother, first sister, second sister, second brother, etc., etc. That's how the Empire works when it comes to the Inquisitor era.
Continuing on, just for a bit of context, she's made some tweets that are quite controversial. Well, not her specifically, but on her Instagram, she's basically said that she's gotten death threats, things like that. It's not cool to do that. I mean, she's just acting. It's not like she can control what she's doing. Although
no, definitely that's not cool. Guys, do not attack people when it comes to this.
Although there has been
exercising and practicing their freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That becomes really bad.
Because she came in not knowing what Star Wars was, which, like, Hayden didn't either, but people were cool with him later down the track. I feel like that's going to be the same with...
That's the thing. They did their homework before they got on board with the whole project.
Yes.
They didn't even say that on the Star Wars Live event. They actually did their homework.
So I don't know where she said it. It's not on Twitter, but essentially what she basically said was there are no diverse characters.
Did you just search it up on your search engine right there? Like, just go
well, first we're gonna have first let's look at the tweet that Star Wars put out, which is just scrolling down. If any of you have been to the celebration, congrats. I'm jealous because I didn't get to go. I live in Australia, so
this is some awesome print art.
Yeah. So this
Star Wars fans.
So this will be relevant to the context of the situation, but so before we get to that, let's just go to the actual tweet itself here. So we are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. Again, this is my problem. It's the Kenobi series. Like, I know she might be a villain, but in my opinion, Darth Vader will always be Kenobi's, like, villain. Same with Maul. So...
That's the thing. They're not saying that she's Kenobi's main villain. They're saying that they're excited to welcome the actress on board the whole Star Wars family, the Star Wars projects, and trying to see she can help unfold Reva's story, which, in all continuity, they are correct, because her story hasn't been really that much been explored. Her character has been mentioned in multiple continuities of Star Wars, but hasn't really truly been explored or unfolded. So there's something really wrong with them saying that.
Yeah, but as we continue, she has made the statement, again, don't quote me on this, but there is evidence out there. If you go to Geeks and Gamers channel, they explain it down pat that she believes that Reva is better than Darth Vader, which is absolute bullshit. So
that's just her opinion. Again, opinions are not really a digital fact. They're just
but like in
someone's ideas and beliefs, and this is part of the freedom of speech. No one should really take that too seriously. Just take it with a grain of salt.
You can do that, or you can actually present factual evidence, like me, because Vader is the chosen one. He's basically, in my opinion, he's like the Revan of the Galactic Civil era, because first he's on the light side, then he turns dark, and then he comes back, but he doesn't go bad again. So,
well, that's the thing. Most of that you're trying to compare, Vader to Revan, and Revan is like pretty much just like compared to apples and oranges. That a lot of people don't put together for Revan's story. Revan did everything out of his own choice, where Vader was actually manipulated and seduced to do things.
Well,
the only thing that he actually did by his choice is to throw Emperor Palpatine down the vengeful shaft to save his own son. That was the only part of the thing that he actually chose to do. But everything else that he did in his life was literally by force, by either the Jedi or the Sith. Not once he actually did anything by his own free will. But Revan, on the other hand, actually did everything by his own free will, out of necessity, not out of necessity. He did things out of safety for the galaxy, not of power. Where Anakin was literally mostly power driven as well, because he wanted power to save everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like pretty much playing opposite orange right now.
My stance on it is that as Vader is portrayed, he is one of the most powerful Force users of that era. Luke hasn't reached that point in the Kenobi timeline. So the fact that someone who plays basically what we would consider, well, she is basically a Sith Inquisitor, but Vader's like a warrior and an Inquisitor combined, because he has raw power from using the Force, obviously, and he has also physical strength due to both his cybernetics and his experience. So I think that's a little bit of an overstatement even for like an Inquisitor, but that's just my take on it. So continuing on with the tweet, if anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have only one thing to say: we resist. I think
Like it's our job as fans to welcome anybody who is willing enough to portray any character of Star Wars, feel welcome within the fandom and within the actual canon of Star Wars. It's because they need all the support they can. Because they're just portraying as the world. They're just the actors and the producers. They're trying to do their jobs to provide and give fans what they've been asking for. So, and you guys been asking and pretty much begging Lucasfilms to make these things, and you guys can't really choose how they go about it. Pretty much what I'm saying to you, to everybody out there who's actually watching this, beggars cannot be choosers. There is a reason why that saying is there. You all been begging for this, how they're doing about it. You guys are getting irritated with it, but you guys been begging for it, which is kind of a contradiction what you guys are trying to do.
although in this sense I do not blame Ingram for this tweet made by Star Wars. I feel like they're just trying to push something that isn't there. Like, it's kind of a catch-22 because no one would be racist towards her, which comes to this down below. No one would be racist towards her just for doing her job. Like, that's not what Star Wars fans look for. It's not what they are, so I don't think they should be attacking fans because we're basically their customers, I guess you could say. That's not a good look.
That is true, but there is I've been looking at it. We're all from social media or even on YouTube. There has been few fans out there that gave her hate, and to me, if you people who gave her hate for that, I hate to say this to you guys, you're no Star Wars fan in my eyes as well. I understand what Aaron McGregor said in his video. If you're gonna give hate instead of love and compassion, and actually have a cool head and mind about things, then you're no Star Wars fan. The Star Wars fans are supposed to be cool, level-headed, and always open-minded to possibilities of certain things. If you're gonna give the actress such hatred and such shit for her what she says for her personal beliefs and her opinion is, then how can you consider yourself a Star Wars fan? Because most of the stuff that we're actually supporting is all nothing but personal beliefs. Because look at what George Lucas did. He made with his personal beliefs when it comes to sci-fi into a beloved franchise. All this was based on his personal belief of how sci-fi is supposed to be, and now it grew into something greater than that. So instead of giving people hate, give people the love and support they need. Because believe it or not, the love and support that we give them, it helps give them the income that they need in order to support their families and support themselves.
So
Spread love, not hate, guys.
yeah, so respect everyone despite how they might present themselves or what they might do. Everyone deserves some level of respect. So the next tweet is, I think, because again, this is how you destroy your image, in a sense, or how you show that your agenda is twisted. Like, all we care about is the good entertainment that you put out. We do not give a crap about anything else. We're watchers, we're viewers, we're lovers of a series that's been ongoing for pretty much decades. So to put it like this, there are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be a racist. And my first thought is well, if we're talking Star Wars terms, there's definitely racism. I mean, have you seen Trandoshans versus Wookiees? They're always up in arms and fighting each other.
I think what they mean by racism or racist when it comes to the human part division of the Star Wars fandom.
But the thing is, we're not. We just don't care. We care about what they do, how cool they are, and just everything else apart from their race. Race isn't the first thing that comes and pops into our heads. No one looked at Empire Strikes Back and said, "Huh, Lando Calrissian, a black guy." No, Lando is cool. He is a cool smuggler. I think he's one of the coolest guys in the Star Wars universe. Mace is my favorite Jedi on the Council, not because he's black, because of the feats of his lightsaber's cool. He's done all these things. Even the cartoon, the 2003 cartoon of him just punching droids, That was sick, dude. No Jedi would, in their right mind, would think to punch a droid in the face. It was real. Like,
Sorry.
like seriously, no one in their right mind would think to punch a droid in the face, except Mace. That's why he's on my list of cool Jedi.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand half of the fandom, half of the fan base anymore. One half complains about something, while the others complain about the other thing. I was like, why can't we all just just accept that Star Wars is Star Wars? It's a never-ending story, and it always filled with possibilities that, hey, this stuff may be possible. Maybe there's a possibility that this could happen or that could happen. We can't really tell how Star Wars really go about, because Star Wars is Star Wars. We're not really in control of it, unless we have plans of signing on board with Lucasfilm and being part of Disney's ever growing family.
I mean to say this, like, it's for me it's just like you can tell, so Star Wars is an IP where you can tell so many stories. So it's not just down to like one genre. It's all the genres of anything. It's horror, it's comedy, it's this, it's that. So of course, and there's internal politics in it as well, which is what some fans are interested in. But the fact of the matter is, you can't defend your own OP by calling your fans racist when they're actually critiquing your work. That's just not how it works. You can't call someone a racist for criticizing your content. Like, that's just not fair. Maybe there's something that they don't like. That's just them giving their opinion. And if they're giving their opinion and you're shitting on that, that's considered hate speech. No one wants hate speech.
That is also true.
Like, for example, people have said on Instagram and Twitter that I don't know how to work Twitter properly, so I can't find tweets. But essentially, they're critiquing the way she acts, which, you know what, fair enough. They're also critiquing Reva as a character. Again, fair. Because some, like, I'm writing my own side Star Wars stuff, not sponsored by Lucasfilm at all. I'm trying my best, and it's really difficult to create a character. So any critique can be considered feedback. Just don't defend it as or put it as racism, because that's absolutely disgusting. So I think Revan, you can agree with me on that.
I agree that Lucasfilm shouldn't put titles on fans like that. Like, they should be always, like, if we're prone to be open-minded to the possibilities of Star Wars, then they should be prone to pretty much the possibilities of fans having some form of disagreement. Doesn't mean you hate it. Doesn't mean we're racist or anything. That means, hey, there's some form of disagreement.
And it forms discussions. It forms discussions. Me, Revan and I may disagree on things, but we discuss about it, right? So
and it's given the fact that such discussions also leads to growth and helps you grow as not just as a person, not just as a community, but also helps you grow as a company.
Exactly.
Like,
So
it gives people that peace of mind that, hey, you know what the hell you're doing. You know what is best for the fans. And you know what's best for your company. Instead of just fighting the fans and the fans instead of fighting you guys, how will we work together and make a conversation and say, hey, how can we fix our community and how can we fix the fandom and how can we help you fix your community and make all of us look good and make us look like a proud and peaceful community and company, and also that helps support an awesome community company that gives us just great content. Like, we just work together, guys, not against each other. It's just the best approach that we can go about it these days.
well, I
Just
think
work together and
so I think at this point,
voices.
I mean, remember when the fans were uniting against the Gina Carano firing? Like, that was a proper critique, and that was not fair on Gina. Like, she gave her own opinion. Like, Ingram gave her own opinion about there not being any diverse characters in Star Wars. She didn't get flamed for that, but Gina did, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" So, quite clearly, so Lucasfilm, don't do this. don't ever do this. I'm not saying that there are no racists in the world. In my belief, everyone racially stereotypes just to be funny. That's my look at it. I've certainly made some comments, but not directed towards anyone. I just like to be funny. Revan does as well. So does everyone else. So I don't. And again, don't do this because this is not what the fans are. You're just making it seem like we are when we're not. This is why I'm pretty sure this is why half of the Star Wars fandom hates Lucas Disney. But in continuation from this, if I scroll back up here to, let's just.
Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time. And for that, I would say a big thank you. And it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together. However, it seems that some of the fan base, from this influential fan base, have decided to attack Moses Ingram online and send her the most horrendous racist DMs. And I heard some of them this morning and it just broke my heart. Moses is a brilliant actor. She's a brilliant woman. And she's absolutely amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series. She brings so much to the franchise. And it just sickened me to my stomach to hear that this had been happening. I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Moses. We love Moses. And if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world. And I totally stand with Moses.
You mean like how Lucasfilm cut Finn from the Chinese poster in
That really wasn't on their part. They sent posters to every country, and it was up to that country to see what they actually want and to advertise in their country. So that wasn't really on the company's own choice. They had to alter it for different countries' stat because if they actually want that certain image.
well,
So that wasn't really on Lucasfilms. But
well,
I actually agree with Aaron McGregor here.
Ewan.
I'm
Say like it's
Ewan.
Ewan. Yeah, exactly.
Ewan, I agree with him. There is no place for racism anymore these days. I agree with him. Because everywhere I go, there's such a form of hatred towards one race that it has towards the other. I know my words can't really stop it or stop that form of hatred in this world, but I stand what he says. The world is literally seen enough of it. We need to actually stand together and actually help each other out instead of hurting each other, sending each other hateful things. We need to stand by each other as a unified race. And just by that, them sending all those hateful things to Moses Ingram, I feel bad for her. She just stated out her opinion, and the people are attacking her for it.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair.
And if people can literally accept what Gina Carano said as a matter of opinion and stand by what she said, then why can't people do that for her? Because believe it or not, I did a little research on what she said, and she was talking about Star Wars being one of more diverse, and she was mainly talking about the on-screen Star Wars. You see on the big screen and the TV shows. And I agree with her. There's hardly any race on Star Wars when it comes to the former TV shows and movies, and so they need to start exploring that more and more. I love to see an actual Star Wars movie or show that shows a vast diversity of race of human. Sure, there's a lot of aliens on there, but that's just aliens. You can't tell if they're a kind of part of that alien species you are. But when it comes to human terms, we know what exactly is what race of human it is. We need a little bit more diversity when it comes to the human part. Which I agree with her. But that's her, just her opinion. People should not attack her for that.
I think where you're coming from is a little bit of a liberal standpoint, only because like if I bring up that image, if I can find it, you might disagree. You might rethink it. Because we've had more. I think because Pedro Pascal, plays Din Djarin on The Mandalorian. He himself, I think, isn't purely white. But
I think what they mean by diversity, dude, I think they mean by like skin color diversity.
well, technically that still counts.
It's still it is in a way it kind of counts, but in a way it doesn't. Because look at it this way: there's hardly any shown of actual black characters in there besides Finn, Moses, Mace Windu, and Lando. Those are the by far the only black characters I've seen on screen, and that's like that really showed me that hey, there's other characters out there. Sure, they showed it in the comic books and the graphic novels and the video games, yes. But that's just video games, graphic novels, and comic books. They want to be everybody to feel like they're welcomed in there.
Yeah,
But when it
but
comes to the TV shows and movies, they need to exploit it a little more.
yeah, but asking for something. I think asking for more black characters can bring a whole lot of negativity from one side, which I don't want to get into. Because they're like, well, first off, are they good actors? Like, I don't look at someone for the race of this, their ethnicity. I don't look at them for the skin color. I look at them for who they are, what they bring to the table. Like, you don't hire it's basically a catch 22.
I agree with that. I, I'm not just saying that they should just hire every black character, every black actor they see. Everybody needs to prove that they can actually portray the character properly. But try to make it a little more diverse. If the black actor can actually make the character perfect and actually portray as the character perfectly as it is in the books, then I will welcome that actor full open arms.
Yeah,
But
exactly. So just to back up on that, no one was racist to her before, and I haven't seen these tweets or Instagram. So part of me believes that this is false. Like, no one, I don't believe anyone in their right mind would actually make a racist comment towards this actor. It's all just, in my opinion, it's all just criticism anyway. I don't think, just from what I've seen, what I've heard, and the YouTubers that I've seen cover this story, I don't think it's fair to say that majority of the fans are racist, considering that those Instagram tweets were nothing about race at all.
So far we've seen. Maybe there's more
exactly. So
given.
I mean, for all we know, it could be just a hit piece by Lucasfilm to make us feel bad. That's another potential thing that could happen. But I don't. Because Hollywood's got this thing now where if you don't agree with an actor or even a woman, you're basically called a racist or something. So again, if you are these people that go out and do hit attempts on these actors just for their skin color, it's 2022 now. Get over it. Everyone's beyond racism. Stop it. And yeah, there's nothing no amount of words I can say that to convince anyone that this isn't right. But again, this isn't right, sir.
Well, again, in fact, this is the new age, and most people nowadays don't really look into that or put that into account. It's just kind of sad, and I hate to say this, oddly pathetic.
Yeah. And
I agree. I agree with Gabe here, aka the HoloNet. If you're one of those fans that go out of your way to harm or emotionally harm an actor for their opinion or what they say for based on their beliefs and their ideals, I'm sorry to say this again. Like back what I said before, you're no Star Wars fan in my eye. I will not address you. I will not even acknowledge you until you have your head properly on your shoulders. Like, come on, think wisely, think intelligently. We are a community, not. I hate to say this. We're not a terrorist group. We're not here to harm others. We're here to build a community to make people feel welcome, that give people that little escape from reality. Sure, sure, you could say these things on your own behalf, but there's not a lot of words that me or the Holland or anybody else, even Ewan McGregor, can say you change your minds. But we are hoping that you can come to terms that, hey, people have their opinions. And excuse my language, I know this is YouTube or anything, but if opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. But everybody has the right to have, to take that opinion with a grain of salt and not take it too serious. Like, come on, it's just an opinion from a freedom of speech, which all social media platforms is based on.
Which we don't technically have here in Australia. We can't speak against our politicians because we're looked down upon, but that's another story.
We're not talking about the politics.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about Star Wars right now. Not about Australian politics right now. I'm in the U.S. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with my own politics.
Yeah, but you do have the Fifth Amendment, and people are entitled to that. So freedom of speech for everyone over there.
Which Moses Ingram is literally in the U.S., so she has that right to have that form of freedom of speech to express her opinion, beliefs, and ideas, which is all considered into freedom of speech, which is also part of these platforms are based on. So please do not attack her for her opinion. That's just stupid.
And
highly arrogant.
Yeah. I would like to quickly point out to Ewan McGregor, the actor that plays Obi-Wan. You did the right thing, but at the same time, like, in my opinion, don't get too involved. That's just my advice, because
I think the reason why he got into involved was he's co-starring with her. He's starring with this show with her in it. He's trying to make her feel more like family, or be part of the Star Wars family that's ever growing, like he did with everybody else, like he did with Hayden Christensen. Which is why those two flew so perfectly, because he defended Hayden Christensen, where he could be on board with the whole show. He's defending Moses Ingram, where she could stay on the show, because they're so far into the project that they can't make any changes or alterations for just to please some of the fandom that are giving the hate. Like, why? That's stupid. So I see the reasons why he's doing it, because he's trying to treat her like family. He tries to show his love and support, because he's also the executive producer. That's also his job to protect his the project too. Because he's trying his best to make this show happen. Because there's only so much Deborah Shaw could do that she cannot just do everything. She needs all the help that she can, in order for give her that sack. Aaron McGregor needs to help make sure cast and crew feels welcomed, not de-welcomed. That's why he's defending
unwelcome,
her out.
not unwelcomed. And so yeah, because I don't believe, the reason I don't want Ewan to get too involved is because of Lucasfilm's history, and yes, I am referencing the Gina incident. And like, if because Pedro made some comments, but we're not talking about Pedro. But anyway, just to bring this up, he would have gotten fired on the spot. So I again don't get too involved, because it could risk your job. If talk about something else, you can outside. Just don't talk about this, because it doesn't look good for anyone. I know you're trying to be a good support, but remember, this is a job. So. But anyways, we'll move right along from this, and honestly, I could eat that up all day. Like, look at that. This is why I'm not in America. Damn it. Fuck.
That's kind of your fault, buddy. We gave you multiple opportunities to.
I'll fly on over.
Even me in the Holocaust of Hunger, even your own girlfriend, even offered to pay for your plane ticket to get here.
I didn't hear my girlfriend saying she'd pay for my ticket. The fuck?
Yeah, she did. That means you weren't really listening. She even said she would.
Ah, well, damn.
With that.
I have. Oh, Visions is getting a second season. Damn it. Okay, I didn't like it too much.
I liked it. It was interesting. It was an interesting show to watch. I love the little expectations that they had for it and the little stories they gave out, which is interesting. I loved it.
There's a fence in the background. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that. Oh, look at that graphic design. Shit. So yes, to everyone to Star Wars that went to Star Wars Celebration, first of all, fuck you, because I didn't get to go.
Okay. He means fuck you in a lovable way, guys. Let's get that way.
Quite. And, I like the stage that he's on. Look at all those lightsabers. Holy shit. I still don't have my own yet. Fuck. I need to build it.
I have like 2 custom.
Who's this guy? I love his hat. That's what I liked about him. I like his hat. He might be one of those.
Yeah, let's talk about this hat. Let's not talking about who he is and what he does and what he can provide for the franchise.
Sam Witwerth's Kenobi was really good. I was hoping that Maul was gonna make an appearance in the series because I think they bring back Ray Park and then just put Sam Witwerth for the voiceover. So because I'm sure
I think they're doing that for the Ahsoka series. To be honest with you. The reason why they're bringing Ray Park into it is the whole Ahsoka.
Matt Lantern. It's a badass name. Tales of the Jedi. Yes, we actually have to talk about this because this was very unexpected. So
I'm actually excited.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. Holy shit. we get a younger Count Dooku and Qui-Gon, so thank God.
And we're also getting Ahsoka's actual origin story and it's just you can tell that Lucasfilms is actually busting their butts off just to give everybody the continuity that they have been asking for. And again, people, please do not give anybody from Lucasfilms such hatred like that. That makes them feel like what they're doing is not really worth it, and they're just going to cancel all these projects and not give you guys anything. They will probably just make Star Wars dead at that point. Come on, give them love and support, but they can continue doing these projects with the views and the money that you guys give and the support you guys give them makes them feel like what they're doing is well worth it. So come on, let's keep love and support, guys. Okay, love and support.
So I'm just gonna open up this article, so we can have a look. So, 2 paths and 2 choices. Those are the words of Lucasfilm's Dave Filoni. Thank God he's writing the series. Honestly, Star Wars Tales of Jedi is a new 6-part animated short series set to premiere this fall. As in your fall, not my fall, your fall, because people in America and people in Australia are redundant. Even though we live in the future for a little bit of time. Here are 5 things we learned in a panel.
Yeah, you live in the future, but different parallel, apparently.
I mean, look at this.
Winter.
Look at this art. Like, holy shit. It's not art, it's the animation, but holy shit.
Dude, that looks very beautiful.
That's solid right there. That's so good.
You're going to see his
wait a minute.
actual mother.
Is she going to make an appearance? Why is this image here? We both know who this is.
Who was that? What was that? I gotta remind me.
Campaign of Battlefront 2.
Iden Versio?
Yes. I believe that's
She might make an appearance.
I mean, look at this. They're upping that animation quality. It looks all fantastic. Different to Gruda's. we might actually see the Togruta's way of life because they're quite what's it called? They're very light.
Peaceful.
Yeah, exactly.
They're very peaceful race, and you finally see where their actual home world is. I'm actually excited for this. They never really explored that, or where the Togrutas actually originally came from, their native planet.
I mean,
I'm actually excited for
yes, if that's the case. And why did I think that was a wolf Togruta for a second? I don't know. That's probably because of their leku.
Guessing you were barking up the wrong force users, my guy.
I mean, how cool would it be for there to be a Togruta with the face of a wolf? Holy shit! We're playing.
That would be menacing.
That would be menacing, yes. And turns out it's my husky. No, fuck.
Oh yeah, your husky made it to Star Wars more faster than you can.
Dude, if George puts his dog into the Star Wars universe, why can't mine be in there? I mean, remember Star Wars has entire planets, so they can have like basically a North Pole of Kashyyyk, and that's where my dog lives. That could work. Like, why do they could do that? They could expand on the Wookiee culture if they wanted to. So anyway, so who will we follow in these two paths? None other than Ahsoka Tano and Count Dooku. Thank God, because I think Count Dooku's not getting enough press lately. He's a good character as well. He's one of the few characters that like is for the dark side, but isn't converted. Like, you know, with the whole because. Let's be honest, Sith have a tendency to look shit versus the Jedi. Like, for some reason, either their face is messed up, their arms are messed up, but no, Count Dooku is just a simple gentleman Sith. So, this is his backstory. So, obviously, I'm quite excited for it. He's one of my favorite villains in the Clone Wars, and my favorite character in the Attack of the Clones, because he almost convinced Obi-Wan to join him and destroy the Sith, even though he probably would have convinced Obi-Wan to join. So fans were treated to the still concept, which is the image that just shown, art from the new series featuring both of these iconic characters in 3 distinct eras of their lives. Each will receive 3 episodes. Fans also caught a glimpse of young Count Dooku when he was a Jedi. Well, obviously he was one of them. I think if you're a Star Wars nerd, we all know that, and then he later turned to a Tyrannus, which would be an interesting plot. I think we might get a little, what's it called? A little snippet of, or sightseeing? I don't know what I would call it, but I guess this might be the time period in which we would get to meet Master Sifo Dyas. I don't know about you, Revan, but I'm keen to see him.
I'm actually excited to see that part. Actually, why did he go to Kamino and actually establish the clone army?
Well, hopefully this series explains that, because this is 10 years before Ahsoka's time when she was a Padawan at the what's it called? The Jedi Temple. So I think Ahsoka was 14 when she became Anakin's Padawan, so I assume that Ahsoka will be 4 years old. And we most likely won't see Anakin yet, I think.
And what I'm reading right now so far, and they actually encouraged Liam Neeson come back as Qui-Gon Jinn. Yes, let's go!
You reading this?
You
were reading.
Neeson's coming back.
You were reading.
He's coming back, everybody.
Liam Neeson and his son return to voice the fan favorite character. His son. What's his son gonna do? What's he doing? What's he doing?
He probably would voice as a younger Qui-Gon Jinn.
Or a youngling.
I don't know. Probably.
One of the younglings, probably. That's more. I don't know how old Liam Neeson's son is, so I'm just assuming.
And his son returned to voice the fan favorite character. That means he's voicing the younger version of Qui-Gon Jinn, while Liam Neeson still portrays as the voice as the Qui-Gon Jinn we all know and love before his untimely demise. Maul, the angry,
the angry,
the angry cherry, double-wielding lightsaber Sith. Okay.
the angry, hot-headed fuck. Yes. And we also have Jaina Gavan. I can't speak her last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Comes back to the galaxy far, far away as Ahsoka's mother. So the voice actor for Iden Versio is also the mother of Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing.
That is.
I'll accept it.
Yeah, the funny thing about that is, it's just like, you know what? We look at her resume and it comes up as actor for Special Forces Imperial and mother of Ahsoka Tano. Well, what do you know? What an interesting coincidence. But I don't know how sure. Because I always feel like Togrutas, they're very light, they're very peaceful. So, and I don't know. I feel like all Star Wars species have some kind of accent. I'm looking at Ryloth with French accents, but
Yeah.
well, I forgot who made that video, but Star Wars Explained that basically stated which races have accents from the real world, I guess, our world.
So you got that information from Star Wars Explained, huh? Now, no hate to Star Wars Explained. I don't know if he's gonna watch this or not, but I'm sorry to say this, but Star Wars Explained is not really fully accurate when it comes to the actual race and lore of Star Wars. There's been a lot of videos I watch of his, and it's just questionable. Like, he's saying one thing, and I'm reading the exact same book that he's touching on. Not everything he's saying is actually completely accurate to the actual lore and core aspects of Star Wars. So he could be wrong. Maybe the Certigas are almost humanoid-like species in Star Wars. Maybe they don't need to have an accent or to be voiced.
Alright, so let's continue on. The panel saw the debut of Tales of the Jedi. Obviously, if you were there and if you were watching it on live stream, you would have seen it. So I don't need to explain or read that. But you know what? Just because I want to, I'm going to. So featuring the birth of Ahsoka and one of her first adventures with her mother. Crap. I really don't want to butcher this name, but I'll try. Gavanka. That's close enough. It sounds Russian. Who fans, or known as Iden Versio from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video game, voices the character and makes an appearance on stage. When asked about her involvement in the project by panel host Amy Radcliffe, Gavanka commented on the tight-knit community of Star Wars creators. Tight-knit, sure, let's go with that. If you're just down to have fun, you get roped into things, she said, because it's a giant galaxy, but it's actually cared for by a very small village. I feel like that's a one-off for all the Star Wars fans. It's a giant galaxy, but it's actually cared for by a very small village. The small village being us, and the galaxy being the Star Wars universe. So that's a very good parallel right there. Mums are so important. Filoni said, yes, they are. No one said they weren't, but they are. Of including characters. Ahsoka's first experience with someone telling her, don't be afraid, is her mother. And that's adorable.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait to see that. See that unfold.
I don't want to criticize or make fun of, but I'm going to. Look at that forehead. Holy shit. Oh, goddamn. Also, she's hot.
It's just a baby. All babies have a big forehead. I'm pretty sure you had a big forehead when you were a baby.
I still have one.
I still got a big
I'm like,
forehead too. It's like a freaking target right now.
I promise you, if I was anything in the Star Wars universe, I'd probably be a Togruta male, only because I've got a big forehead. So, I feel... And even
watch your girlfriend watch this. She's gonna view it. hear you say that, she's gonna draw a fan art of you being a turkey with the picking.
And even let me tell you this, Star Wars fans, even if I'm not a male Togruta in the Star Wars reality, I will dress myself up as orange, put some fake Leku on my head, and just fit right in with the population. Fuck. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. I can't stop. Oh, that was too good. Okay, not all of these tales are for the faint of heart. Okay, hearts do faint, but not in this way. While the premiere episode ended happily and featured an adorable baby Ahsoka, might give Grogu a run for his... I call cap, honestly.
Okay, if Grogu is going to be having a run for his money for the title is the cute Star Wars baby, then I'm all for it. Let's go, Baby Ahsoka versus Baby Yoda. Let's go.
Grogu's like, what, 10 years old then?
No. At this point, he's not even born.
Well, he's born at the same time as Anakin, apparently. So...
That's confusing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just...
That is really confusing. If Grogu was born at that time, that means that'll make Grogu older than 50 years. He's literally 50 years old in his species. But when it comes to... I'm so confused about this.
If you do maths, so 5 years after Return of the Jedi, which is when the Mandalorian takes place, he's 50, and the Empire's reign ruled over the galaxy for what, 20 years?
Vader was over 50, over 50 when he died.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That means Grogu will have to be over 50 years old.
He's over 50 years old now. No, I think they just made the assumption that he is in his 50s, not his exact age. So he's still...
88 figured out his age. I'm getting really confused about this, and I don't like being confused.
Yeah, so we're going to have to research this a bit more before we come to an absolute conclusion.
Before we get into that conversation, let's continue on the one that we were having before I got to that.
Yeah, otherwise I'm gonna send John Favreau and Dave Filoni an email saying, "Can you explain when he was fucking born, please?" Just
look, come on, we need that information.
We need knowledge. We need knowledge. Yes. So Filoni.
Knowledge.
Yes.
Know what I like more than my Tortuga freaking waifu Ahsoka? Knowledge.
You know what I like more than the Razor Crest? Knowledge.
You know what I like more than the Naboo Starfighter? Knowledge.
Pretty much.
You know what I like more than the freaking Star Wars?
I know everyone's thinking it. Everyone's thinking it. It's basically a GT Mustang. So, for the Star Wars universe. Stupid.
The Naboo fight. We're talking about the Razor Crest?
Yeah, the N1 Razor Crest.
He literally traded his Mustang for a goddamn what's it called, a Lamborghini.
Well, in my opinion, he traded an RV van for a Mustang, and he's like, he got an upgrade, fantastic. So Filoni warned fans that some of the stories aren't so happy. Well, that's what we expect with Star Wars anyway. So you know what? Fair enough.
You have to have happy endings. You gotta have some endings are just sad.
So he said, "Are they fun and happy? I don't know. It gets rough." Sounded like that literally sounds like last night in bed for me. Some of these are dark.
What did you head over?
Oh well, because I had rough sleep. So some of these are dark. Well, I think with Star Wars it's kind of a no-brainer because majority of stuff it's literally called Star Wars. How dark can you get? I hope there is a series that's really dark and really edgy. I hope they make something like that. He continued, "I'm picturing the other shorts, and if I choose to show a Dooku short today..." Don't say choose, make it happen. I want to see young Dooku. I don't think we'd be talking about all the cute things in Star Wars. I think we'd be talking about something else. It would be like, ooh, that was rough. Why are we quoting Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I don't know.
That's rough, buddy.
Why are we quoting the Avatar: The Last Airbender? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, okay. So the shorts are rooted in traditional storytelling. Thank God, because SJWs do not know how to tell a story, and Kathleen Kennedy somehow managed to F them all up. It's not her fault entirely, but she hired the wrong directors. Although I think J.J. Abrams did a decent job with Force Awakens. I might be the only one.
J.J. Abrams did a good job in The Force Awakens, but he could have done a little better, but it was good for what it's worth.
I mean, what they should have done is just continue with J.J. Abrams to the second film so that he can bloody explain how Rey was able to figure out all this stuff even with no training. So,
I agree with that, but Gareth beggars can't really be choosers how things are about, which is sad.
Okay, so Filoni called these shorts tone poems, stories with minimal dialogue. I hope not. Told through visuals, Gavanka called them so minimalistic and so quiet and reserved. Inspiration came from the creators like renowned Japanese animator Hayao Miyazaki and, of course, George Lucas himself. It's the oh, crap. The cursor made it look like there's a C there. The relationship of our, now it's our job to take care of it and to further in ways that are exciting for the next generation. Well, the next generation is fucked, but thanks. You do your best job, and then you do better. Filoni said, commenting on his journey through Star Wars animated and live-action storytelling, if the standing ovation and waving lightsabers from the crowd weren't any indication, it's clear fans are excited for what's to come. Yeah. 2 words. No shit. So I think that's all from the article. That's all that came up in... I'm sure there was more that came up in Celebrations, so... It's good. I'm glad Jaina's actually not reprising her role, but actually getting more of an opportunity to be within the Star Wars universe, both as an elite character and a motherly figure, which is something I'd never picture because all I can think of is Iden Versio. Like, she's a... And not to mention, I think Jane is hot. So... So that
Someone's sipping hard.
So that might cut into a little bit of my opinion there. So, should we talk about Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga?
If you want, buddy.
Have you played it?
No, not yet.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I guess it's all me, right?
I think it's just this is gonna be pretty much a part for you to actually talk about. I'm just excited for the season 2 of Visions, the next episode of Kenobi, and Star Wars Tales from the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi.
I'm just excited for all that.
Okay, so I don't have what's it called on me right now, but I wish I did. So I do own a copy of the Skywalker Saga. And okay, so there was the complete saga, I think it was. I used to own a copy of that, and that was fantastic. Like, what more can you want? I think I'm gonna give the Lego Skywalker Saga a 8 out of 10. And loads of people would probably be surprised by that because people would expect it. Oh, this is the game that tops all the other Lego Star Wars games in previous. But I think, to be fair, I think Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars was also pretty good for the Lego series. The complete saga was the top it off. The only issue for me is because I'm not really big on sequels. I didn't get to play all through the sequels, but I will tell you the jokes are quirky. The jokes are funny. There's a lot of interface. There's a lot more things to do. Like you have the droids that you have to slice and do these minimalistic puzzles that aren't all too hard. Even though sometimes I forget how to do stuff because I'm old. Not really. Then there are the like other puzzles that you have to do, where the heroes have to press keys. This also it goes the same with the bad guys. The faction thing is really weird because you'd expect the Jedi to also be heroes as well. So it's a bit odd. One or two complaints for me about this thing, apart from it all overall being quite fantastic, is that if you're gonna, I don't mind having like the voice actor for Obi-Wan or Anakin in the game. My only issue is why they couldn't have just taken a bit of time to cut quotes from the actual movies and put them into the game. But then I guess it kind of kills immersions, which is why they put the mumbling back in, which is something I like. So that bumps it up to a 9 out of 10 for me. But apart from that, all the levels are stunning. They're great. Even though it's got an open world feel to it. Although I think, like, for example, when you're on Tatooine, the distance between like getting to the Tusken Raider camp from where you are is just a bit too easy to get to. In again, my opinion, you don't have to agree with it. So,
Now, there's a thing for me to agree, as I haven't played the game yet.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about me.
I'll send you a copy if I can.
I'll probably try to acquire my own copy, but my next paycheck, which is
I'll put it onto a USB and send that USB to Michigan. Yes.
I don't want a pirate version of the game. I want the actual game.
Are you a pirate? I know you're not, but
I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry.
also I've been having a little bit of a cry. I've had a little because you know how Johnny. Oh, I know this is a bit off topic, but it's still relevant. You know how Johnny won, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Would it be fair to say? Would you be interested in casting him as a kind of pirate that's already in the Star Wars universe?
If I was actually in charge of any Star Wars project in the near future, I would definitely pull a lot of strings to get him on board with the whole making him a pirate. I'll probably have him as Yandu, or whatever his name is, that pirate guy from the anime series.
Hondo, yes. I was gonna say the exact same thing. I'm like, if he was anyone in the Star Wars universe, you have to give him to Hondo, or just make him basically a Jack Sparrow of the Star Wars universe. So
I would probably make him I get him on board with that character, or I'll make a whole new character that has that been explained or even been mentioned in the books. Like I'll make a whole new original character for that Star Wars franchise.
fuck.
Just to fit Johnny Depp's personality. Because Johnny Depp right now is just a walking meme.
A walking meme. It's like a upped or downgraded version of The Walking Dead. Yes.
He's just a walking meme. Like that entire time during that whole trial, he was
because
not taking her seriously.
Because like with the trial, I think everyone's cutting Johnny a bit too much. They're like, oh, they're both terrible people, but I'm like, no, but Johnny's done more than you realize. Like he actually went to go visit cancer patients in a hospital. He's actually been to Disney World and surprised fans and scared the shit out of them. He's done all this stuff, and he seems like an overall great guy. He played guitar when he actually won. He wasn't even in the US. He was doing a gig in the UK with his mate. So I'd just like to see a drunk on what's it called? Kispachka, Hondo Inaka portrayed by Johnny Depp, because I think it'd be hilarious. And we can make an entire series dedicated to him just getting riches. That's the direction I would take. Or at least trying to, because he fails in Rebels multiple times, as we saw. Okay, so now we're up to Kenobi. Yes! And thank God this YouTuber right here, Obsessions, go check her out. not in the description down below because you can already see the name of it and how many subscribers this person has. Anyway, so Rabbit, it is Kenobi time.
She's doing good for her channel.
Yeah, she's getting more views than me.
I was gonna say about you said it before. Actually.
So I'm excited. Not because I like the series itself, but I like nitpicking shows. Excuse me, I burped. Or, well, I vomited, I guess.
Gross.
Okay, so I'm only going to do a scene by scene because I don't want to get copyrighted by fucking Disney. We don't want that.
Before we start, can we take like a 5-minute break real quick? Like a 5-minute break real quick?
Oh, do you need to do something?
I got to use the bathroom, and I'm going to give you something to drink.
Alright, I'll get a bottle of vodka. Okay, guys. We'll be back in just a short while. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Yes, we are back. I know I'm speaking like, what's his name, Tamora Morrison, but we are back. Back for another, back for the Kenobi series. Alright.
Hi everybody, welcome back.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
Yes, welcome Tamora Morrison back. He's got his voice back. Just kidding. Alright, so we're gonna do a scene by scene. I'm not allowed to do the video thing because I don't want to get copyrighted, and my channel has only 11 subscribers. So I really don't want to get it deleted because I worked hard on this and everything. So first up, this is the first episode. Let's go through it. So the start, obviously there were flashbacks. That's nothing new to us. That was great. Even though I feel like the flashbacks could have come and gone. Oh, my dog is talking. Okay, so we have a shot here of sashimi, and just over here is Obi-Wan cutting up some sashimi. And the next time I ever see Ewan McGregor, he's gonna cook me up a nice sashimi. Good on you, Obi-Wan. I hope it's good.
He's gonna call it the high ground.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, it's over, Gabe. I have the high sashimi or some bullshit. So yeah, he's miserable. Although I think there were comics depicting of what life was like.
I know this may be a little off the topic, but I can see literally everything you actually are into, like that SMAR thing stuff. I know what to get at you for.
Ooh. You can see what? My ass? No. What? Fuck.
Water.
Water. Okay, so I might just fix my thing to be like this. Okay, I'm gonna just make it go like that. So I just had to change the screen a bit so that people can get a better view of the series. Anyway, so yep. So the first scene, he's cutting up some sashimi. This is his job, and like I think it's not that often that this happens, especially considering that they're actually cutting up meat right next to a dead, what's it called? It's not a crate dragon, it's something else. So obviously you have here, like, how can you not tell me this is not sashimi? Like, honestly, it's like a big chunk, a big chunk of sashimi. And now I'm making myself hungry. So he cuts them up, puts it away in his pouch.
You make me hungry. I just got that eating before we even started this. Crap! Now I want some freaking snack on.
So, this group, just a little bit of information. They're actually a meat scavenging group, and when one of these big creatures dies, they set up shop right next to the big creature, cut him up, and process all this for distribution so that people can eat. This gonk droid doesn't provide credits itself. It's the thing that's on top that does it. Basically, when you go to work, you put a time card in, you clock out, you get your credits. That's what this thing is on top. This is just a stupid gonk droid, even though I like gonk droids. Anything you want to say about the scene, Revan? Anything you like, you dislike?
I want some sushi. That's what I want to talk about.
This is going to. It's like I'll fly on over to America. The first thing we do. Well, let's go have some Obi-Wan sushi. Just pop on over to Ewan's place. Say, hey.
How about some of that high ground guy?
Hey, can you teach me how to chop up sushi like you? Anyway, so then we have him going back on his. I just, anything that's rideable, I either call a horse, but in this case it's a camel, so that's basically what that is. I don't know the term for it. Do you know?
I can't remember the actual name of the species on hand when it comes to that scene. I just know it's a camel-like species from Star Wars. Just, the whole sands.
Yeah. So with this we have, so if you have watched the series, yeah, good on you because you know what happens. But as for those who haven't, this is spoilers basically. So this little Jawa here comes to him, gives him supplies, whilst he's watching over Luke. But basically what happened was he stole Obi-Wan's stuff and then sold it back to him. which is quite funny. So I might be able, because I get 10-minute grace period with the fair use on YouTube, so I guess I can do it. So just let's have a look at it.
You're late. Do you have it? I'll give you 50. Yes, I had some parts stolen. I need a new processor board. If you're going to steal my parts and then sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first, as a courtesy? A Jedi. Don't count on it. I've heard the Jedi are all but extinct. Yeah. Well, thank you, Tika. Goodbye.
So, I like
I
Tika.
always find that job funny. He steals his stuff and resells it back to him,
It's
but
like,
doesn't clean it.
it's like genius. And that, yeah, it costs extra. Jawa's funny. Let's make a Star Wars series about that one Jawa. I want to. Let's do it. Do it, Disney.
Let's talk about that Jawa.
No, but we don't have enough information on Jawas anyway, so do it, Disney. Or I'll just dress myself. I will dress myself in brown robes, put my knees to the floor, put yellow glowing eyes, and cover my entire face with blackness just to appear as one of them. Come on, Disney. Just make it. I would love...
Gabe, just to let you know, there is tons of books and information about the Jawas. Getting the fact that Jawas and Tusken Raiders used to be one species on Tatooine before the great oceans dried.
Yeah, and they became...
That's a fun fact. To anybody that didn't know, no spoilers, the Tusken Raiders and Jawas used to be the same race.
Yeah, but one's a midget and now one's a tall midget.
No, one's a midget, one's a tall freak, and they both lost the ability to fucking function actual freaking language.
So, yeah, I really like Jawas. The first species I saw in Star Wars, so they're always gonna remain my favorite because they're funny little critters. I mean the Jawa that yeah, the Jawa that blasted R2 at the beginning. I'm like, dude, that's such a badass. That Jawa's a badass. I don't know, but that just in my little young 5-year-old mind, I thought that Jawa was bad.
Jawas just don't get this. Nothing. Excuse my bad language, everybody, and to the Holonet here, but Jawas are just little shits that just not give a fuck about who you are. If you see something that they want, they're gonna take it, regardless if you're still used to it or not.
They're like the golems of the universe, basically.
No, they're like the little gangsters of the universe.
Yeah.
You're into that? Okay, we're just gonna take this from you. Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it from you and then sell it back to you for credits.
Hey, profit's profit. They're gonna take it where they can.
Yeah, it's a perfect scam. The perfect scandal of a scam. Yes. So anyway, let's continue on. Okay, so there's a little bit to unpack there. So he's watching Luke, and before that he was having flashbacks. I wouldn't. Well, yeah, it's PTSD, but remember he has had 10 years, so I honestly think the direction that they might have gone in should have been a little different, only because he's already had like 10 years. Like, no one gets over PTSD from that experience, obviously, but I feel like because Yoda said that Obi-Wan has training, so I don't know if that's going to be in this, but I thought that would be happening in this series as well, and because as we saw in the news article, with Liam Neeson coming back, there is possibility that he will be a voiceover in this series as well. So, anything from you, Revan?
I hope so that they get him on board in this. I would love to see those two be reunited again after all these years.
Yeah. So remember this. I think there was rumor of a second season, and I don't know if this is going to happen in this series. I doubt it will because there were already spoilers for the ending. But I'm hoping we get to see Obi-Wan do the trial that Master Yoda had to do, because then, you know, it's continuity, because then he can become a Force Ghost, and it basically explains why he's allowed to do it. We haven't seen it in live action, we've only seen it in Clone Wars, so I'm hoping we get a live action adaptation of the trial. But as for the scene goes, it's quite decent. I thought he'd be sleeping soundly, but guess not. The watching over Luke is, I think, pretty on point with how he would have done, except I never saw any, like, rock formations as far as that near Luke's farm, or Uncle Owen's farm, so it might be off-putting for me, because I don't know, I just feel like that's not supposed to be there, but it is there for him, oddly enough. Or maybe his binoculars has such great zoom that he can see from that distance. But anyway.
Well, again, fact, these dudes in a Republic standard issue with binoculars that were given to the clones that are really for recon and scouting. So they probably had that great distance.
Probably. I mean, it just looks like a curved rim. So anyway, let's continue on.
You're making some kind of mistake.
I'm sorry, my name is Nari. There's no mistake.
You're looking for somebody else.
What are you doing here, Obi-Wan?
My name is Ben.
Come on, please.
You must leave. You'll draw too much attention.
But I have nowhere to go. They're hunting me.
Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground. Stay hidden. Live a normal life. The fight is done. We lost. The time of the Jedi is over.
So obviously I can't show the full episode, which is why we're looking at the scene by scene, but I think despite Obi-Wan appearing as a broken man, it's a little foolish to dump your lightsaber into the desert when you can easily hide it wherever else on your body. I think that guy's wearing a cloak. Hold on.
He's a poncho, I believe.
Yes, indicating that Cal Kestis might make an appearance. No, but as a Jedi, you have, in some respect, similar to the Harry Potter series, you have some sort of connection with your lightsaber. So it's a little, I think, even for Obi-Wan, it's a little foolish to abandon it. Like, in A New Hope, he puts it in a chest. So we'll get to the scene when we get there, but like in the sand, that's a bit much. Like, if he does, I don't know if he has a blaster beforehand, he just picks one up or whatever. It's a little foolish even for Obi-Wan, but again, he is a broken man shown in the scene, and I think that Lucasfilm does a good job depicting what that looks like. This series is supposed to be dark, so Revan, anything from your end?
For what I see it, the reason why he said that the buried in the sand live with them for life because he doesn't want anybody else dying. Because a lot of Jedi did die during the Great Jedi Purge at the end of Order 66. And he doesn't want any more Jedi to die because of them trying to do the right thing and trying to fight a good fight. And he was right. The Jedi have fought. The war is over. They lost because they weren't careful enough. They literally let their guard down most of the time. They trusted an army that literally came out of nowhere and with their lives, and next thing you know, the same army that they trusted with their lives literally killed them. Some of that army is still involved with the Empire. So some of those stormtroopers could be still some of those clones that literally was trained to kill Jedi. So that he was trying to protect that kid. He's telling him to bear the sin. Because if they figure out that he still has a lightsaber on his person, indicates that he's a Jedi, one of the surviving Jedi. That means they are there to kill him.
Well, yeah, obviously, but remember you got to defend yourself, which is why Cal never got rid of his, which was a good touch, I think.
Because that's what his master said, but like his master is dead, and that his master was also someone who was training alongside Obi-Wan Kenobi throughout his years.
Is it like this is 10 years, so I'm assuming that Cal can possibly make an appearance if he's not dead. So that's after because when you said Poncho, I'm just like he could be in it if there is a season 2. Anyway, let's continue on.
The time of the Jedi is over. Go back to the town.
So now we're back at here, and I think this is a good way of showing how life for Obi-Wan is now consistent instead of it being like, oh, one battle after the other like it showed in Clone Wars. This is very realistic for some of those who did survive Order 66 and went into hiding. But when we get to series episode 2, you'll see the implications of what the war has made on others as well. If you've watched episode 2, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched it yet.
The life on your farm, Owen. He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
He's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen.
I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
We need to.
So before we get into this scene here, let's talk a bit about the interaction between Uncle Owen and Obi-Wan. Despite Obi-Wan presenting a good point, this is, I believe, the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan talking. I think this is the accurate Obi-Wan here. And what I mean by that is the way he says that when the time comes, the boy must be trained. And I think this is the beginning of him changing into the Alec Guinness Obi-Wan that we see in New Hope. And the reason I bring that up is because we'll really get to see how Obi-Wan could possibly change throughout the entire series. It's something I'm look forward to. It's basic character development, but Owen's distrust of Obi-Wan is recognized, even though I'm not sure Obi-Wan told Owen about Anakin, but it seems like he might have. But I think the way they portrayed Obi-Wan in this particular scene is purely accurate to, like, for continuity's sake. Revan?
So,
If you can hear,
yeah,
if you guys can hear some screaming,
here.
that's my dog.
anyways, I actually love that part where they actually did that, made him act like, what's his name? I cannot pronounce.
Are you talking about
His name.
Owen? Uncle Owen? Or
Not Uncle Owen. I like how they made Obi-Wan act like between the two generational Obi-Wans, from Aaron,
Ewan and Alec Guinness?
yeah. But I think, to answer your question, I think Obi-Wan did tell Owen what happened to Anakin.
Yeah,
And
I think it is possible that he told, or I don't know how it happened, because there's no other way he would have found out apart from Obi-Wan, so. It's not like Owen was tracking Anakin's movements in the Jedi Council or whatever, so makes sense. Anyway, let's, is that all from you?
yeah, that's all for me for now.
Okay, next scene.
Know where he is.
Save his family.
Thank you, Owen.
Okay, so just a little bit of background from that, because the entire scene wasn't there. So essentially, the Grand Inquisitor, the fifth brother, and the third sister appeared. A lot of odd numbers today. What the fuck? So they come off. They're looking for the Jedi, and they're basically intimidating the citizens. One of them got their arm cut off, which is Reva. Reva did that. I'm just gonna say it. Reva did that. We get a glimpse previously of the intensity that Reva brings to the table. Now, a lot of people will agree that she's not a likable character, and I don't think she's supposed to appear that way, which is why many people see her as flawed, especially in the beginning where we see the Padawans trying to escape the Jedi Temple. Which my only problem with that is that most Padawans and Jedi were supposed to be dead. Like, it's good to have a minority of them survive, but a majority of them did. With those younglings escaping, it looked like a lot of Jedi escaped. So, anyway, continuing on with this scene, basically Uncle Owen saves Obi-Wan's Tusken hide by basically saying that he knows nothing about the Jedi, or a Jedi, so protecting him, which is why Obi-Wan says, "Thank you, Owen." And then the interaction ends there. Not particularly much I can say with the scene, apart from it's very bland and powerful, especially considering that there's not that much music, so you can tell the scene is quite intense and intimidating. So let's continue on, unless you have something for me, Revan.
What's up?
Do you have anything to say about the scene?
Yeah, not really.
Alright.
At once I don't have that much to say right now.
Alright, let's continue on.
What about the Senate?
We cannot let this become public. If Leia is
I
discovered,
can't leave here, Bale. My duty is to the
what
boy,
about your duty to his sister?
not who I used to be.
Find someone else. She'll be better off.
Okay, with that, I think, because what's going to happen next, obviously, again, spoiler alert, he's going to get called up and sent to retrieve Leia. I don't particularly like where they went with him going off at the end of the episode, but in that, I think, again, Obi-Wan was right in saying that his place is on Tatooine looking after and watching over Luke, because it's basically his exile. I mean, why would he leave when it's for him? He's there to also train as well, so this bit is very broken as well. Apart from all that, I'm losing my mind, quite literally, trying to depict and break down this scene. But in saying that, let's just continue on. So if you guys didn't see that, they basically killed the Jedi. And that is why you keep your lightsaber around with you, ladies and gentlemen. Gungans and droids. And Twi'leks. Let's continue.
You should not have come.
They hid their signature behind a freight transport. The ship is on its way there now.
I can't.
She's my daughter, Obi-Wan.
I told you. I can't leave the boy.
This isn't about the boy, and you know it. You've made mistakes. We all did.
Okay, before I continue, I just want to point out, I would have liked to have seen more resistance from Obi-Wan. Like, you know, but, you know, in a way he could have basically said, but Yoda entrusted me to the boy, therefore I must stay here. So I think he was right in that resistance of having to want to help.
Here's the deal. Well, I kind of disagree with that. The reason being is because they're going by what the book said, and the book literally said that Yoda entrusted him with both twins. He wanted him to train Luke. That was it. When the time comes. But he had duties to protect both twins because they're both force sensitive. And they're both the actual children of Vader, pretty much Anakin and Padme. If Vader find out that Leia and Luke exist during that time, the galaxy will be in trouble because Vader will probably have attempted to train them.
But Leia doesn't get any of those abilities or even trains at all. So I'm just thinking,
Because she does. Because Luke is the only one that Yoda wanted him to train.
Because he believes that Jesus is powerful as his father, when Leia could technically be as well. Anyway, let's continue.
There's one problem about this scene.
Oh, you do?
Like, there's no way he could have remembered exactly where he buried those damn things. Like,
How do I explain it? How do I explain it? So, you remember Rebels? The first couple of episodes where Ezra hears these noises that when it's actually the Force calling out to him. So kyber crystals, if I remember correctly from my knowledge, they're basically living crystals, and the crystals choose you. Although, in saying that they're living, I can agree with you. Like, how the fuck did he find them? I have no idea. Excuse my language. In the middle of the biggest desert in the universe. But again, kyber crystals have this kind of connection to their user when they pass the gathering trial. So, I don't think finding it was too hard, although they would have to kind of explain what happened to Anakin's lightsaber, because this was not there before.
Technically, it was, since, you know, Obi-Wan in the original trilogy, pretty much Ben, gave Luke Anakin's lightsaber, and it was in a crate just like that. So I think they're actually staying true to how it was portrayed in the original trilogy.
Okay.
But the other problem with this scene is, why did he bury it so just like only like a couple or 3 inches down? But he could have buried it a little more deeper than that in order to max its presence a little more better.
Or just hide it in the rock formation that he's living in. That could work too. Somewhere. Just hide it in a wall. That would have worked.
Like everything about this is making sense.
Yeah. I like how he appears, and it looks as though his Clone Wars self is coming back, in a sense, if you get what I mean. Like, look at the outfit. He's got the robes, he's got the tunic, and he's got the brown pants and the belt. It's like very reminiscent of the the younger Obi-Wan, I guess. That's why I like this ending scene in particular.
The reason why I like it is, I think it represents the older Obi-Wan from the original show, is how he looked.
Hello there. Yes. And as for the last bit where he's like showing his lightsaber, I'll just be honest, that's so cliche. I don't know about you, but that's fucking cliche. Oh god. That's a cliche ending scene right there. So to wrap it up, should we rate it out of 10?
What, the episode?
Yes.
I rate it 10 out of 10.
Well, that's a bit much. I'll give.
I liked it. It was all the continuity that they're just staying true to, and all the aspects they added to it.
I'll give it an 8, just for this other stuff that because I'm still reading up on some people's reviews and how they depict it. So I'm like, you know what, fair enough. That's good points made there. So 8 for now, but we'll decide later on if I should give it more credit than it deserves. Should we go to number 2 now? Alright.
We can't do number 2 on like tomorrow or something. I'm actually fast. I'm out. I'm trying my best not to fall asleep right now.
Alright, so we're gonna have.
To be fair, I thought you were going to do this a little earlier today, but
I wasn't expecting to do it now. I was planning to do it for 5 o'clock, but I said I better do it now before everyone falls asleep. So we're gonna end it there because Robert needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah, I get cranky and no one wants to do it.
Yeah, old fart Revan. Who uses his purple lightsaber as his walking stick. Love it.
That's where I got the red lightsaber for. But the purple one's for mainly for like a night light at most.
So please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Your feedback will always be necessary. And let's have a discussion in the chat. Also, please go check out Lord Duff Revan 9 in the description down below. And next time we'll do an episode 2 review, and by the time, because I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow, I do this every Saturday. This time next week, episode 4 will have been released, and we can review both 3 and 4 by the time next Saturday comes around. So thank you, Revan, for joining me, as always.
Yeah, no problem, but yes, hopefully if you're available tomorrow, I'll probably do a live stream on my Twitch thing, and hopefully you'll help me out with that one.
And destroy your
It's
Halo.
been like a few days since I actually did my streams, because I took a little break just to help everybody else out and help them situate with their problems and with the situation they're going with, to help them come up with solutions. And also was fixing up my Discord server, because a lot of people weren't really being supportive and were just using it to send useless memes, and that's not what my Discord server was supposed to. But anywho, thank you everybody for saying tuned to this stream. I hope the whole net is very appreciative of that. And until then, we'll see you guys probably on my Twitch stream channel. So stay tuned to that. It's easy to find me. My name is Lord Dr. 9 on there as well. I make my name so fucking simple, to the point you can find me easily.
Yeah.
One name rules it all, the whole thing. But even who, may the force be with you guys, and may it serve you well. And stay frosty out there, guys.
Stay frosty. You copying off my fucking channel description, which I haven't changed. Fuck. Okay. Well.
Hey, this is your stream, so I might as well edit it the way I do it.
Bloody hell. So no, because I'm planning to change the introductions to all my videos.
No, you gotta keep a little bit classic there. Come on.
Classic, may the force be with you and stay frosty. Both a Jedi quote and a clone quote and a stormtrooper, whatever. But like, because I'm doing my intro, I'm doing my intros like this. Hold on, let me just. Hey there, guys! It's the HoloNet, your one-stop place for everything Star Wars related. So yeah, that's basically kind of like my intro. When I did the holodeck, it's like a journey across the Star Wars universe. I might take that and use it again for the HoloNet, but yeah. Anyways, guys, yep, that's it from me. That's it from us today. Revan needs his sleep. I need my sleep. So yeah, again, subscribe, like, go check out our channels.
He's a cranky bastard. He's more cranky bastard than I am. So yeah, we got that. But night, everybody.
Good night, everyone, and